future of modern warfare, only a select few countries can keep up with the pace of change. Among them, United States stands clearly ahead, combining technological leadership, global presence, and combat-proven expertise to shape the future of air power. The country with the world's most advanced military jets. Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II taking off at Athens Flying Week 2022, Tanagra, Greece. Photo, Antonio Di Trapani, Simple Flying. The United States holds the undisputed title of having the most advanced fleet of military jets on the planet. Backed by decades of R&D investment, unmatched production capacity, and a vast global operational network, American combat aircraft are engineered with versatility, battlefield survivability, and power in mind. As of 2025, the U.S. operates over 13,000 active military aircraft, spanning multiple branches including the Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, and Army Aviation. The United States Air Force leads with a fleet of advanced combat aircraft like the F-22 Raptor, designed for air superiority, and the F-35 Lightning II, a multi-role stealth fighter now widely adopted by Allied air forces. But American strength doesn't rely on stealth alone. The USAF fleet still fields proven legacy jets like the F-15 Eagle and the battle-tested A-10 Thunderbolt II, affectionately known as the Warthog. The U.S. Navy brings its own set of advanced jets to the table, including the F/A-18E F Super Hornet, a multi-role workhorse of carrier aviation, and the F-35C, which extends stealth capabilities to sea-based operations. These aircraft operate from 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, giving the U.S. an extensive global reach. Meanwhile, the U.S. Marine Corps operates the F-35B, a short takeoff and vertical landing (STOVL) variant ideal for amphibious assault ships and austere runways. It is replacing the iconic AV-8B Harrier II, offering stealth and modern sensors in a more deployable package. In addition to fighters, the U.S. possesses an array of strategic bombers like the B-2 Spirit, B-1B Lancer, and B-52 Stratofortress, plus refueling tankers KC-135, KC-46, electronic warfare aircraft, EA-18G Growler, ISR platforms, RC-135 Rivet Joint, E-3 Sentry, and next-generation stealth bombers like the Northrop Grumman B-21 Raider already in test flights. This layered and interoperable ecosystem of air power combines stealth, range, payload, and versatility across every branch, ensuring the United States has a military aviation network that is global, combat-tested, and future-ready. Fifth-generation fighters. The U.S. advantage. F-22 Raptor low pass at Slovak International Air Fest 2022 Photo, Antonio Di Trapani, Simple Flying. Fifth-generation fighter jets are defined by a set of capabilities that dramatically elevate battlefield performance: stealth, sensor fusion, networked warfare, and advanced situational awareness. The U.S. is the only country operating two fifth-gen fighters at scale, the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning II. They represent a generational leap in multi-role combat capability. While other nations, like Russia with its Sukhoi Su-57 Felon, have introduced aircraft with fifth-generation ambitions, the F-22 remains the only fully deployed fifth-generation air superiority fighter in service today, developed in significant numbers. Its design integrates stealth features, supercruise capability, sustained supersonic flight without afterburners, and exceptional agility. The aircraft is equipped with a sophisticated sensor suite that allows pilots to detect, track, and engage threats before being detected. In its air-to-air configuration, the F-22 carries 6 AIM-120M ROMs and 2 AIM-9 Sidewinders. Production of the F-22 concluded in 2011, with a total of 195 aircraft built, including test units. As of early 2025, approximately 183 Raptors remain in the U.S. Air Force fleet, though not all are in active service. The F-35 Lightning II is a multi-role stealth fighter designed to perform a wide range of missions. Its advanced sensor fusion and networked capabilities provide pilots, and when it comes to military aviation, no country invests more than the United States. The U.S. Department of Defense's official fiscal year 2025 budget request is $849.8 billion, with a significant portion allocated to air power. This funding fuels a broad spectrum of programs that collectively push U.S. air dominance into the future. At the heart of this effort is the Next Generation Air Dominance (NGAD) program, a multifaceted initiative to develop a sixth-generation fighter designed for contested environments where today's jets may struggle to survive. This is about an ecosystem of capabilities, including autonomous wingmen, AI-enhanced decision systems, advanced radar evasion, and modular avionics that allow future upgrades without redesigning the entire platform. Key to NGAD's technical leap is propulsion. Through the Next Generation Adaptive Propulsion (NGAP) program, contractors like GE Aerospace and Pratt & Whitney Engines are developing adaptive cycle engines, technologies that adjust airflow mid-flight to balance thrust and fuel efficiency depending on the mission phase. These engines are designed to give pilots unprecedented range, power, and heat management, characteristics necessary for both survival and dominance in 21st-century air battles. But advanced aircraft are only part of the equation. The Pentagon is also investing in pilot training, recognizing that even the best aircraft might be ineffective without a well-trained human behind its control. The U.S. Air Force continues to run red flag exercises at Nellis Air Force Base, where American and Allied pilots simulate real-world combat against highly capable, opposing, aggressor forces. These live, scenario-based trainings mimic near-peer conflicts and help prepare crews for the complexities of multi-domain operations. How do other countries compare? U.S. Air Force F-15C Eagles, F-15E Strike Eagles, and Royal Air Force Typhoon FGR-4s escort B-1 Lancers during a bomber task force. Mission in the North Sea region. Photo: Senior Airman Kobe I. Saunders, U.S. Air Force. According to the 2025 Flight Global World Air Forces report, the United States commands 25% of the world's active military aircraft, boasting a fleet of over 13,000 aircraft, more than the next 5 countries combined. See the table below. But while the U.S. remains dominant, several nations are actively developing next-generation platforms and expanding their aerial capabilities. China, with 3,309 active aircraft, now accounts for 6% of the global military fleet. Its fifth-generation Chengdu J-20 stealth fighter has entered wider service in the People's Liberation Army Air Force (PLAF), and upgrades continue on systems like the J-16 and J-11. Despite rapid development, China's combat fleet is still largely untested in actual conflict, and interoperability across units remains limited compared to U.S. standards. Russia, historically a major aerospace power, retains a fleet of 4,292 military aircraft, 8% of the global share. Its Su-57 Felon is billed as a fifth-generation fighter, but production has been slow, only a handful are in active service as of 2025. Sanctions, export limitations, and economic pressures have slowed modernization efforts, leaving much of Russia's fleet reliant on upgraded Cold War-era platforms. Among European countries, France stands out with 976 active aircraft, making up roughly 2% of the global fleet. The Dassault Rafale multirole fighter continues to perform in both NATO and export operations, and France is currently working together with Germany and Spain on the FCAS Future Combat Aircraft System Development Program. Percent of global Air Forces fleet. Country. Active fleet, 25%. USA, 13,043, 8%. Russia, 4,292, 6%. China, 3,309, 4%. India, 2,229, 3%. South Korea, 1,592, 3%. Japan, 1,443, 3%. Pakistan, 1,399, 2%. Egypt, 1,093, 2%. Turkey, 1,083, 2%. France, 976, 42%. Other, 22,183, 100%. Total, 52,642. The UK, not individually listed in the table but part of the other 42% category, operates a mix of Eurofighter Typhoons and F-35Bs, while Germany and Italy maintain strong Eurofighter fleets with additional F-35 orders underway. The UK, Italy and Japan are pushing a joint development program, GCAP, Global Combat Air Program. While promising, these are still years from operational deployment. Meanwhile, other Indo-Pacific players are emerging rapidly. India, 2,229 aircraft, 4% global share, is pursuing indigenous fifth-generation capabilities through the HAL-AMCA program, now approved for production, and South Korea, 1,592 aircraft, is assembling its KF-21 Boromei. American F-15X versus Russian Su-35. Which fighter would win in a dogfight? 22. U.S. air power. Battle-tested and deployed worldwide. F-16A, F-15C and F-15E flying during Desert Storm. U.S. Air Force. While many countries operate impressive fighter fleets on paper, the real test of air power lies not in airshows or spec sheets, but in the ability to deploy and perform under live combat conditions, consistently, globally, and at scale. And this is where the United States stands entirely alone. No other country operates a military aviation network as global and combat-tested as the United States. From the deserts of the Middle East to the mountains of Afghanistan, the skies of Europe, and the contested waters of the Indo-Pacific, U.S. jets have been active participants in nearly every major military conflict of the last 30 years. Whether it's F/A-18 Super Hornets launching from carriers in the Persian Gulf, F-15Es conducting precision strikes in Syria, or F-35s flying joint operations with NATO allies, these aircraft have proven themselves not just once, but across multiple theaters, mission types, and generations of warfare. In the 21st century, military jets have evolved into much more than just fast-flying machines. These jets are no longer judged solely by their speed or agility. They are now sophisticated airborne platforms, equipped with advanced sensors, data links, and precision weapons. Their impact isn't limited to air superiority, but by how well they operate as part of a much larger defense network. They play a central role in gathering intelligence in real time, jamming enemy systems, coordinating forces, and executing decisions with unprecedented speed and precision, being vital nodes in a complex web of defense systems. The future of air dominance. B-21_Raider_front_high photo, Tech. SGT. William O'Brien, U.S. Air Force, Wikimedia Commons. Looking ahead, the U.S. continues to invest in next-generation air dominance through programs like NGAD, Next Generation Air Dominance, NGAD, Next Generation Air Dominance, and the B-21 Raider. In addition to that, the U.S. is already testing technologies that combine drones with manned fighters, using AI to make real-time decisions in battle. Future jets may be defined more by their networks than by their speed or firepower alone. As warfare becomes more data-driven and contested airspace becomes more complex, the next leap in air dominance will depend on connectivity, autonomy, and resilience, always keeping in mind the human factor. To quote from United States Air Force Chief of Staff General David W. Alvin at the White House, when the U.S. President announced NGAD as Boeing F-47. Air dominance is not a birthright, but it's become synonymous with American air power. But air dominance needs to be earned every single day, and since the earliest days of aerial warfare, brave American airmen have jumped into their machines, taken to the air, and they've cleared the skies, and whether that be clearing the skies so we can rain down destruction on our enemies from above, we can clear the path to the ground forces below. We want to hear from you. Share your opinions in the thread below and remember to keep it respectful. What's your favorite USAF aircraft and why? Let us know in the comments. Su-57 is so advanced they don't even have to fly them to get air victories, if you believe Russian press. You've noticed that, too. Why is it that these big, powerful countries, i.e. China, Russia, always flaunt and brag about their capabilities, always downgrading the US tech force, and the US hardly ever says much, they just do it? I'm fascinated by the military tech, but hate war. A dream, yet not foundless. Wouldn't be awesome if all of this money being spent by the big three were allocated toward the benefit of humanity, rather than the potential to destroy it? Guess I'll just keep dreaming.